Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Netherkast. This is episode 127. I am your host, Razor, and once again with me are Shad and Smokeman. This week it's going to be a shorter episode, I think. We're just here to cover the greatest thing that Ed Boon has ever done in his life. Raiden, Sonya Blade, and Johnny Cage have movie skins.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
And I gotta tell you, as old and weathered as he sounds, I will still take Christopher Lambert over Richard Epcar any day of the fucking week.
Now, let's get this straight. Richard Epcar is a nice guy. We like him.
Well, I just want to say, I think Richard Epcar does a great job voice acting when he's playing characters that he changes his voice for. I think he's a good Joker. I know a lot of people don't like his Joker because he's no Mark Hamill, but I think he does a good Joker. But whenever he does his own natural voice, and I'm not just talking about playing Raiden, I mean in all the anime I've seen him in, doesn't do it for me, man.
He is also Akuma in Street Fighter V for the English voice.
It's obvious to me he really cares about the role. He loves being Raiden, and I don't want to disparage him at all. He's good. He's a good guy, but
yeah, nothing against him as a person.
If I have an issue with it, it's the same problem that I have with Peter Cullen ever since 2006 and the Transformers Michael Bay movies. Everything is in all caps, all of the time. Must be authoritative. And it's just, I feel like it's time for a change.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is the writing, obviously. They keep writing Raiden.
Voice directing.
They keep writing Raiden as the very serious man who is detached and gives the big speeches. And I don't want to blame Ep for that. All I want to say is that I have seen Epcar in other roles like Bato and Ghost in the Shell, and not a fan of him in that either. But again, I like his Joker. I think he does a good job when he's playing a character that has a funny voice or requires him to emote a lot. It's when he plays characters who are very sort of subdued, characters who don't show a lot of emotion. I don't think that's serving him well as an actor. And I think that's a problem with the writing of Raiden, is that, and we saw it when Fujin came out, and we could contrast the two, and Fujin's telling that story in Aftermath story mode about how Raiden told him don't get too attached to the humans. That the Raiden that we all fell in love with 20 fucking years ago was not the same fucking character as that.
Yeah.
And also, Lambert comes with the only good hat in the game.
Granted, on other skins, the color is fucked.
No, they specifically made it so you can't equip the good hat on any other skin, or it'll be, white or blue or a color. It can't just be fucking tan.
Just maddening.
It's fucking... I don't understand it.
It's like deliberate sabotage at this point.
Why
does he come with the medallion?
Dude, what's fucking funny is that the medallion fucking floats in place. It's not even connected to his model.
Yeah, it doesn't touch none of the medallions touch his chest because it's a little thinner.
I think that medallion was there just to spite people who didn't like it.
There's
no better reason.
I think that maybe in the future we might get an MK2 retro Raiden skin, and if we get a blank slot, it'll be there, and then everyone can be happy about that.
They'll find a way to dick us again. They're doing it on purpose at this point. They have to be. Look, the medallion is not a piece of gear that has any animations. He doesn't interact with it. It doesn't have to be there like Lu's headband does. Lu has an ending where he tugs the back of his headband to tighten it, so you can't make a headbandless Lu. Raiden never fucking touches his amulet in gameplay. You could get rid of it.
Be in love with it. I mean, I think that for these retros, it's been mostly pretty damn good so far. Mostly. There's the occasional thing that I would adjust or tweak a bit, but overall, I'm not going to complain with what we got.
Hockey pads.
We'll get to that.
There is. So they did little things with the gear of every character, like Bridgette comes with gloves, which she didn't wear in the movie, and Johnny comes with gloves that he didn't wear in the movie. Now, fortunately, you can take those off. You can give Sonya like little wristbands that shoot her pink rings, and get her much closer to the movie. There is bare arms for Johnny, stuff like that. I just find it weird that
It bothers me because in the game you can play as Raiden without the fucking amulet in story mode.
Well, no, that's the weird thing. Like, in all the cutscenes, he's not wearing a medallion, but once it goes to gameplay, suddenly a medallion appears out of thin air on his model.
Is that true?
Yes.
I thought
I've said this in many episodes of the podcast before. A medallion shows up when you play as Raiden in story mode, even though in all of the cutscenes, Raiden's not wearing a medallion.
That's embarrassing. It's like fucking the easiest thing to make,
When it switches from FMV to the in-game engine, all of a sudden Raiden's wearing a goddamn medallion.
Cross your fingers. Hope for an empty slot one of these days. I don't think it's
while we're complaining, just in case anybody at NRS is listening, Scorpion's eyes are still wrong in his class.
But
I'm really. They went through all the trouble to give Jade a purple staff, and I'm so grateful for that. Their own elevator in the building has Scorpion with like no pupils in the eyes. That's correct. It's the way it should be.
Yeah, they fixed it for a render that they put up on their fucking elevator door, but they didn't fix it in the game.
What I find insulting is that there's a new Combat League skin for Sindel that originally had all white eyes. They changed that to have pupils, but they won't change fucking Scorpions to have pupils.
When it comes to Sindel, I don't care as much because she's supposed to be alive and not like in her MK3 state of quasi-undead resurrectedness. This is supposed to be living Sindel, so I don't care a crap about that.
I mean, even then,
also,
it's like...
there's an argument to be made that this isn't really Sindel, so whatever.
I mean,
there is the one skin... There is the set of Sindel skins that's designed to look like MK3. They could have given those white eyes, because she doesn't wear those in story mode.
My point is that development time to change her eyes in that shitty Combat League skin, but not the fucking classic for Scorpion. It's not of what character it is, it's the development time being used.
People paid money for the retro Scorpion.
A part of me legitimately wonders if, like, in their minds, Scorpion is in this game primarily first and last, like, alive, so that's why they don't want to do it.
But it's an MK2 retro! He was a Spectre in MK2!
You don't have to tell me that. You don't have to tell me that. I'm just trying to...
The base has white eyes!
I'm just trying to come across any kind of rationale that, even if I don't agree with it, I can see where they're coming from. Which, again, are you insane if that's the case?
I don't think they have... I don't think this is an instance where they will go, we did that on purpose. I think they just... I think sometimes they just miss stuff and then they don't bother to because it would take work to fix it. I am genuinely surprised that they went back and fixed Jade's staff to be purple. I would never have expected them to do that. But now that they have done it, they kind of have set a precedent that shows they will fix stuff. So why don't they fix more stuff?
One thing I could possibly think of is that, like, it might result in more bugs. Like, if they do this for his skin, then maybe it messes with Sub-Zero's, and then Sub-Zero has no pupils either, and... That's kind of, like, the philosophy of, like, fixing bugs in games. They're afraid to touch one thing because it might result in 5 other things breaking.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I wish they could do something about it.
I don't know, because he's got a custom face.
Guaranteed. They know about it. This is not something that, like, they're ignoring.
Because the thing with Scorpion, if you take his mask off, Scorpion can have one of two faces. He can have his young face with white eyes and no beard, or he can have his old man face with pupils and a beard. And Retro Scorpion is fucking weird because he has no beard, still has pupils. It's like, it's a third face. I don't know. It's just odd to me.
But back to this.
I don't want to spend the whole episode complaining. I want to celebrate the good thing because legitimately, these skins vastly improved the 3 characters they were given to. I mean, Johnny was all right before, and I don't want to take anything away from Andrew Bowen as a performer. Linden, Ashby, Andrew Bowen, and Jeff Pilson from MK9 all have very similar voices. I think Linden Ashby is delivering the lines slightly better. Slightly. But, Bridgette to Ronda Rousey, night and day. Nobody ever has to touch Ronda again. And that's the best thing they could have done for this fucking game. Also, I just want to say, like, the face modeling, like, when I picture Sonya Blade, I picture Bridgette's eyebrows. Like, those define the character to me. So I really think that they shouldn't be doing these getting the movie actors as a fan service thing. You know, Cary Tagawa, Bridgette Wilson, these should be the default actors going forward. Like, when they make MK12, if Shang and Sonya are in it, they should just get them to play default Shang and Sonya. Just keep bringing them back every game. Make them the Richard Epcars of those characters. So that's where I stand on that.
And of course, you know, Raiden with his hair out finally.
Yes, it is nice to have a skin where Raiden's wearing his hair out.
Almost every single, like, intro and win pose animation is improved by this skin.
Lambert has... I mean, there's a lot of people online who have mixed opinions on Lambert's performance because he sounds much older, because he is much older, and his age is showing in his voice. I think it's still good enough, first of all. Mm-hmm. And secondly, I think that the way Christopher Lambert looks in his face is, how do I put... Default Raiden looks like a fat guy. I don't like default Raiden's thickness. Especially in his, like, cheeks and jaw. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, here's the thing. Christopher Lambert lives in France. And, again, he's, like, in his mid-60s or something like that. So, I could understand if you can't get him back for every game. So, I applaud them getting him for a game at all, ever. Definitely worth the money. But I would just say, like... Can you keep the face scans and use them in future games? Can you just save that file and refer to it when you're making MK12? He doesn't have to be the voice actor, but let him be the face actor.
I feel like the likeness rights to do with...
Oh, just throw the money at him. Who cares? They have Warner Brothers. How expensive can the guy who made Beowulf be? And not the famous Beowulf with Angelina Jolie. The post-apocalyptic future Beowulf that went, like, straight to DVD. Christopher Lambert cannot be like a Stallone tier paycheck. Mm-hmm.
I think out of all the voice actors, though, Linden Ashby kills it.
Linden Ashby. I mean, again, Pilson and Bowen are pretty close. I have no complaints with the past performances of Johnny Cage in the games. I don't think it's a priority to replace them with Ashby. However, I do think Linden Ashby has proven that he has a talent for voice acting such that he should have been voice acting things like cartoons and stuff, like, for the past 25 years. Like, what's he been in since the MK movie? Some soap operas and a reboot of Teen Wolf? He could have made an entire career doing voices in TV shows like Mark Hamill has done post-Star Wars. He's really good at it. You know, a live-action actor doesn't automatically translate to being good at microphone. There are a lot of guys in those DC Comics direct-to-video movies from, you know, shows like Law and Order and NCIS who have voiced Batman and Superman, and they're just so bad. You know, good actors in front of camera, but they have no idea how to emote when they're standing still, and the camera's not on them and they're just in front of a microphone. They're not used to emoting without moving around bodily and without their facial expressions mattering, so they're not any good at it. Linden Ashby knocks it out of the fucking park. He's got the knack. He should have been voicing Green Lantern for the past 15 years or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
I think something about Bridgette's eyebrows bother me, if I'm being honest.
They're supposed to bother you.
Like I said, I think
if Bridgette's eyebrows are bothering you, they're doing their job right. That's the point of Sonya. She is weirdly arched, bitchy eyebrows, the character.
I think they're a little too high up.
Nah, they're fine. They're supposed to look like that.
You look like that.
Your mom looks like that.
Is my mom Bridgette Wilson?
Is she? I'd hit it.
Fuck you.
Where
do the new skins go? I think that's about it. All I can really say is that Linden Ashby's performance is amazing.
Yeah, no, he did a great fucking job.
Like, I love his delivery in the triple uppercut fatality, where he's like, who hired this guy? What the fuck?
Yeah,
like, it's so good. It's better than Andrew Bowen's delivery, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's interesting how when you compare a line delivered by one actor to the same line delivered by a different actor, you can see like the nuance, what words they emphasize or don't emphasize, whether they emote like excitement or something more subtle, or you know, it's just a fascinating study in acting to compare the two versions of things.
Mark One brings up a good point. In the one taunt where Johnny Cage backs up and throws a bunch of fucking middle fingers and goes "fuck you," Linden Ashby's delivery of those lines are not censored like they are in the game.
I noticed that like day one. I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I wonder what happened there.
Yeah, it's weird, because we had seen earlier footage of the game before it came out where Bowen was saying the fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then when the game came out, he's not saying it. It's like, why? Because there's nowhere else in the game that the censoring is sweared. Or the swearing is censored.
I don't understand it.
I just dropped off for a moment. Did we cover the weird glitchiness in his exit dialogue? Where he's like, Johnny Cage, that's right, after brutality? Yeah. No. So I've noticed that, like, the lip animation isn't 100% on point there. It just kind of like goes, looks like a bug.
I'm going to blame COVID for that one.
Very possible. Doesn't seem to be a thing that happens with either Sonya or Raiden, so...
Yeah, it's probably just a bug.
They'll probably iron that out, I hope.
Well, so there are some people who are saying sometimes censoring makes a line funnier, but That works when it's a bleep noise. Bowen's fuck you, fuck you, fuck you isn't bleeped, he just doesn't talk.
It is bleeped, but...
Is it?
It's very faint. You can't tell.
Because there's been some weird audio level issues with this game. Quite a bit of the dialogue, I've noticed.
I mean, there are intros all throughout the game where people say the F word and it's not censored, so it's just kind of weird when it... Like, I get... When he does a triple uppercut fatality, there is censored swearing, but that's because to simulate like a behind-the-scenes footage thing. Like, it's...
That's obviously for comedic relief.
That is a time where it adds to the joke, yeah. But it's not really censored right in the flipping you off mid-round taunt. It's more like they were... It's more like they couldn't decide between removing the dialogue and bleeping it, so they did half of both.
I don't think... Even if it was like properly bleeped and you could hear it, I don't think it'd add to the joke. I don't think it'd be that funny.
Yeah, that's not a scenario where it would have been the joke is, oh, there's bleep, because it's not like it's not like behind the scenes footage. It's not like we're seeing some candid camera shit we're not supposed to see the way it is in the fatality. But yeah, so a lot of people have been lamenting that Robin Shao is Liu Kang. Is it Shao or Shu? I've never known.
I always thought it was Shu.
I think it's Robin Shu.
I've been pronouncing it Robin Shu for years.
So Robin Shu, unfortunately, was not part of the pack, and to that I would say, well, skin packs are always only 3 people.
We know that Tyrone Wiggins is coming.
We don't know what U stands for.
Come on, you know it is.
That's so fucking weird, though.
It is happening again.
Who the fuck is Tyrone Wiggins, though?
He's Rain, baby.
Who would know that guy? He has 2 lines in the movie, and then he falls into a pit and dies, and then he falls into a pit for Baraka and dies.
You know what, though? The vocal effect that they used on him was interesting. So if they're going to actually go all the way and do that, give him that kind of synthesized voice...
Yeah, he had a kind of a weird through-the-mask echo effect.
It could be a neat little exercise if that actually is happening, if that's true.
It's not quite the talking through gargled water like Rain and MKX.
No, thank you to that. That was just...
I will say, I think I said it last episode, Rain's voice has grown on me a lot. I wasn't sure I was going to like it when the reveal trailer came out, but no, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's nice.
I do want to say, though, on the subject of not getting Robin Shu, I would like to see another pack, and the biggest problem with that is narrowing it down to 3 people.
You
mean narrowing it down to 2 people that aren't Lynn Red Williams as Jack?
Well, see, that's the thing. So Lynn Red Williams feels like you gotta do it. Now, I want Brian Thompson Shao Kahn the most. Mostly to have anybody as Shao Kahn other than the default skin.
Not only that, but it'd be functional to get rid of his stupid fucking Ninja Turtle face.
Yeah, I am so done looking at that fucking Michael Bay Ninja Turtle version of Shao Kahn. I can't anymore. I avoid playing the character because he looks like that. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Remember when this whole thing first started and we're like, holy shit, Shao Kahn's skin is all scaly and weird. Oh man, I wonder if like Onaga has something to do with this. Remember when we thought there were reasons for this?
I remember when other people thought there were reasons. I never expected there to be a reason. I 100% predicted that they just did it because the artists wanted to give Shao Kahn a different look. And I knew that once we got used to it, we'd hate it.
Well, there were a lot of people who thought it actually was going to be about
I know, like 99.9% of people, when Shao Kahn was revealed, were like, what's up with his one arm? And they didn't realize it's his whole fucking body.
Yeah. I I feel like if you have to have three people, it needs to be Linden Williams as Jax.
Well, I mean, so
I kind of desperately want Musetta Vander as Sindel.
Yeah, really. That's the other one. Like So for the sake of nostalgia, the most popular choices would be Robin Shou and Talisa Soto. I've heard a lot of people asking for like Chris Casamassa Scorpion.
Well,
you can't. It's a character who wears a mask, and Casamassa doesn't even talk in the movie. That's all Ed Boon.
Well, for me, I would prefer it if it was just like a normal skin. Like, I don't want the voice changed for Casamassa.
It would be nice to have the movie costumes. I don't... Look, I remember Casamassa when they let him talk for himself and have dialogue on Conquest.
I knew
and no offense to Chris Casamassa, because he's a great martial artist and stuntman, and he played a good Scorpion in the movie. On Conquest, he was one of the worst actors on the show.
Visual aesthetics are what win the day with the Threshold Ninjas.
I'd love to have the Threshold Ninja costumes. I don't think we need to get those actors back. And if we're fighting over slots, I think they should be bottom priority. I think Linden Williams, Brian Thompson, and Musetta Vander as voice actors giving the dialogue would be the most entertaining choices.
If the Threshold Ninjas actually did happen and Reptile winds up in this game, that mask is going to make a lot of people happy. People love that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I dropped off. Did you already discuss Lambert and everyone else at length?
Yeah, well, we gave our opinions. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm guessing while I was off, you talked about how much of a big relief it was to no longer have to listen to Ronda Rousey as Sonya.
Yeah.
A thing I'll never, ever go back to again.
Also, I use the green shade of the Bridgette Wilson skin.
I would if her shorts weren't blue.
Yeah, I keep it as the default.
I've been using the default black. Although, like, the white tank top, you could have her look like... I mean, it's not Sandra Hess, but it's basically what she wore in Annihilation.
It's a tribute.
Yeah, I like it.
We're not going to get a Sandra Hess voice pack, so... You know.
Well, as I said, like, I don't just like Bridgette because anything's better than Ronda. I think Bridgette should be the default model and voice actor for Sonya, and not just fan service. I think she should be the real Sonya in, like, MK12 and on.
She does, like...
Because when I think of Sonya, I think of those eyebrows.
Her passive-aggressive tone is really, really good. Like, of the three of them, the only one I think it's a toss-up for me between the standard MK12 voice and the new skin is Johnny. Because, like, Linden Ashby's puppet voice for that fatality is amazing. Among many, many things. He knocked it out of the park.
As I was like, just in terms of acting skill, I think Linden Ashby has shown that he has a talent for voice acting, and he should have been doing it as part of his acting career all these years. Like, it's the first time he's ever done that. Like, he could have been in all kinds of cartoons and animated movies and been... He'd probably have a bigger career than he does now. You know, like Mark Hamill after Star Wars.
Never too late. Never too late. I'm enjoying
Back to the Future.
I'm enjoying all the Twitter reactions to Christopher Lambert. Like, what the hell is this raspy French? What's going on?
Oh, these sweet summer children getting an education for the first time.
Listen, if you think that shit was bad, I want to take you back to 1994 and watch Jean-Claude Van Damme try to play the most American, like, Air Force colonel you could ever imagine.
Yeah, the Belgian with the American flag tattooed on both shoulders.
I'm going to kick that full bison's ass so hard. The next bison wanna be. He's gonna feel it. Compared to that, Christopher Lambert's Raiden is manna from the heavens, and I love every bit of dialogue. It's wonderful. It is a weird visual disconnect actually seeing Christopher Lambert dismember people limb from limb.
It's great.
I'm kind of getting into it. It's nice.
Yeah, it's we're finally getting to see his Raiden have fight scenes.
Yeah, like that's it, right? Like I look at this and I'm like, imagine an Annihilation where James Remar wasn't here. Sorry, James.
I'm not
and
sorry.
And see, like, Christopher, I know you're not.
I mean, no, that's the next skin pack. You need a James Remar Raiden.
Give him a special intro where he's teaching.
Look, if that happens, I'm going to take it out on you, Smokeman.
With what? You're going to sick Damashi on me?
So much Star Wars. Start a Star Wars podcast. You, me, and Damashi. That's your punishment.
Oh.
Remember, folks,
you're going to have to pay me out of your fucking pocket to be part of that shit.
I'll trick you into it. You'll think we're recording patron casts. Surprise! Gonk droids!
Oh, I can talk about gonk droids. Gonk droids are sick.
Folks, this is all Netherkast Discord. Should ignore these geeks.
If you guys don't know, if you're not part of the Discord, Smokeman is the world's biggest Star Wars fan.
Fuck you! Fuck you! I hate you!
You know, I haven't watched last night's episode of The Mandalorian. Let me get my Star Wars spill later on. I don't need to hear about anything that's not The Mandalorian.
Anyways, what also came out between now and the last episode is the classic skins for Melina and Rain.
Yeah, Rain has a knee pad on his shoulder.
Let's talk about that.
Also, he's weirdly like he's too blue. He's not purple enough.
Yeah.
Between that and the alternate that they sold in the store 2 days later, I'll take it. It depends a lot on the lighting in given stages.
Yeah, I find that it does look better in gameplay than it does in the customized mode.
He looks really blue in some stages, like the ruined courtyard. Looks pretty blue there. But again, I'm not complaining. I just want to talk about that shoulder pad.
It is a knee pad on his shoulder. They could have easily made that a blank slot, and they didn't.
His pauldron. I think it really depends where you came into the series, how you look at that thing. If you're a younger player, you might not know that initially the original MK2 outfits were comprised of a mixture of stuff, and the shin pads were just straight up hockey pads. That's what that stuff is.
The masks were cut off of paintball masks.
Yeah.
You can still buy those paintball masks.
So it might say something for you, depending where how you look at Rain's new MK2 retro pauldron piece, because it's either like a piece of gear that fits perfectly into the MK world we've never seen before, or it's a knee pad.
I mean, it looks like a knee pad to me, but Rain never actually wore this costume in a retro game. I'm still waiting for the UMK3 skin to have a real Rain retro.
That's never going to happen. That's not happening. It's been a year. Those UMK3 skins are never happening.
No, they're just dragging it out. They're waiting until the end.
No, they're not.
They got to get your money, so they can't do everything all at the beginning, and then
they're just gonna do 3 more for funsies fucking costumes, man.
I'm sure there will be more stupid Halloween costume skins. I have no illusions that there won't. But Scorpion's wearing the UMK3 outfit in the fucking reveal trailer.
So they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
I'm still holding out. I'm still holding out hope. Like if look, we all know there's going to be more DLC characters.
They're going to do fucking Smoke.
There's going to be a Combat Pack 3. We have no illusions that there will be a Pack 3. There will. And that means that we're going to get like... Okay, so it needs to be 5 more characters to make the select screen a full rectangle. And so far, the amount of skin packs they've done equals the amount of characters they've done. So we're still sitting waiting for 7 skin packs before the game is over. There's room. They did the female ninjas. They did those UMK3.
I mean, I appreciate the game having Rain wearing an MK2 outfit. That's cool to me. Just because it never happened in the old days. I mean,
It does justify it for everybody who's bought the action figure.
Raise his hand. I mean, it's been happening in Mugen for 20 fucking, so let's all be happy.
Personally, I don't use the Mugen builds where they have multiple palettes of the same character.
No.
I think that the MK2 outfit is just stellar no matter who's wearing it, so...
Shout out to Borg117 who makes the best roster, because he doesn't do that shit.
I just find the pauldron a little weird, but I guess I can deal, that's all. Again, hope for a blank slot in the future. Would be nice.
Yeah.
So how about Melina? Meliner.
She looks good.
I think she looks fantastic, actually. Like, a little detail I appreciate is actually how the MK2 mask reveals just a little bit, the tiniest hint of her mouth.
Yeah, I do like that you can see, like, just her cheekbones. You can see a bit of her mouth at the top corners.
And I don't think that we actually compared or contrasted, like, these looks to the MKX ones. But, like, they lost the sense of rubberiness that was present on the textures in MKX. And these look so much better. And I'm so grateful that we have them.
Yeah, the MK2 skins on the girls are nice. They look like satin.
Yeah.
Also, like, the personal thing, I'm not crazy about Melina's hair in her default skins. So they're nice to have for that.
I think she looks good either way, but yeah. It's like your first Doctor Who. You're always going to be in love with the first one you saw. It's a part of you. It's almost like coming home again, you know?
I hope everybody's still grinding those towers, because UMK3 Melina on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Gotta be in the top 5% when it ends, buddy.
It's not as hard as it used to be. There are way less people playing now.
Well, what I've found annoying is that 3 of the towers are all-week towers, so you beat them once, and then they just sit there, and nothing replaces them.
Just gotta stay on and grind that quick tower, that rapid tower.
Yeah.
Over and over. I mean, there's incentive for playing.
Speaking of towers, so I only figured out what the meteors that cross the sky in the Towers of Time do.
Yes. So every 2 hours plus...
Yeah, on the 10th of every 2 hours. Like, if you're on the East Coast, it's like 3:10, and then again at 5:10, and then again at 7:10, and then again at 9:10, and so on and so forth. That's when a meteor will streak across the sky. And when a meteor is streaking across the sky, if you hit left, up, left, right, left, up, it will summon a tower. And if you beat that tower, you get a Combat League skin. So nobody ever has to play fucking Combat League ever again.
That said,
which, as someone who never has played a single round of Combat League, pretty nice.
You got the code wrong. It's up, left, right.
Actually,
left.
I saw on Twitter the first up is unnecessary.
Is it seriously?
Yeah, I think that might take some double checking, but yeah.
Huh. Oh well. It's worked for me so far, so. But yeah, the odds of getting what you want are absolutely astronomical. So you're going to be at that for quite some time. Still, I'm not going to complain. It's nice.
I honestly don't want a lot of the Combat League skins. Being honest.
That's the thing. Like, don't feel obligated to take what you get because it's always completely random, no matter what. No people ever get the same thing.
I kind of would like to have the Reptile Scorpion.
I think everyone wants Scorpion. Reptile Scorpion. I would like Revenant Johnny Cage just because of Johnny Cage's history with being dead. It feels necessary in a way.
I'd like it better if it wasn't older Johnny, if it was the shirtless with the classic pants.
That'd be cool. To date, I've acquired Order Realm Jax.
I do think it's funny that they've done multiple seasons that are based on a particular realm, but only the Sato skins have the Kamidogu like mounted to them.
It's a nice little gesture for those of us who don't want to deal with teabagging and hate mail. Yeah, thank you very much for that, NRS. It's been a very, very good week, I think. And I actually want to say something. You know what? I'm always cautioning people whenever like the fucking like retros come up for like Melina and shit. You know, wait till the day or so after when they actually put the real colors up. And it's not because I dislike their modern take on it, like the mixed black and pink one that they gave her in Katana and Jade. I don't think that they're bad. I just think you should always know what you're getting, because, you know.
Well, here's the thing: if they're gonna put them in the crystal store, they cost like 1,300 crystals, which is $20.
Yeah. So be sure you know what you're getting, because so many people out there are just, oh my god, MK2 Melina's retros. And I saw a few people. It was like, you mean this is a real color? They put them both. Why didn't they put the real one up first? And I'm like, you got to pay attention to these things.
Yeah, this is how they get you.
Again, the black and pink one, not bad, but not authentic MK2 Melina. I waited. I saved my crystals. Gotta confess, though, I did get both sets of rain costumes. I like the purpley purple blue. The second round was pretty nice aesthetically.
Yeah. It's all right.
So, if they ever actually do the 3 remaining ninjas, just might have to buy a PSN card. Just saying. That's crystals for the future. Better start grinding. Anything else?
Not that I can think of. Razor?
I think we pretty much covered everything. I said it was going to be a short episode. Not that much came out. What came out was great.
I think that we actually, you know, should have given them a big hearty round of applause for this entire round of DLC.
Yeah, you know, we've been asking for particularly Christopher Lambert for a very long time.
And we have it, and I'm very, very grateful. And you know what? They also get a lot of shit. And this is going to be totally coming to their defense here. They get a lot of shit for, this should have been part of Ultimate. This should have been in the Combat Pass. This should have, like...
Whatever. I don't mind paying an extra few bucks for...
That's it, right? It's another... It's like, it's $8. It's less than a pack of smokes, at least where I live.
Well, I will say...
And, like, you know what? They go, like... all the girls' costumes, Katana, Melina, Jade, I haven't had to spend a penny for that shit. Not one. Not Reigns either. I've been able to, for the most part, get what I want using in-game currency. I am perfectly willing to pony up like $8 here or there for like the MK2 costumes for the male ninjas and these movie skins. And if they're doing another pack, I'll be more than happy to put down again. I will.
I don't mind paying for the movie skins because they're definitely worth the money. But I will say, so like Combat Pack 1 was like $15, came with 3 characters and skins. Combat Pack 2, $15, came with 3 characters, doesn't come with skins. Just saying.
Okay, fair enough. Not everything's perfect, still. I just think that they get a little bit too much heat. That's all. They've done good work. Was there something else we wanted to cover? I think that is just about it, but... Any thoughts on any particular dialogues, lines of dialogue, lines of delivery that you've enjoyed hearing out of our new outfits?
No.
I mean, that to narrow it down, you know, when they pretty much are on the way through.
All right, I have a question for you, actually. There's a Raiden mid-round taunt where he just kind of walks away. Is he laughing? Because I haven't played much Raiden since the beginning of this game. Because I swear to God, about like an hour before we started this, I had AI Lambert Raiden running towers, and between rounds, it sounded like he went. No, sorry at the end, but you see the illusion.
Indeed. I
have to pay attention to that.
I do feel like they talk more between rounds than the default voice actors do.
Something to note, something to look at.
Oh, one thing. I don't think that they got them to record all the intro dialogues.
Well, no, they have less intros than the default actors do. Like, they have pretty much per potential matchup. Like, every character you can fight, there's 3 different things they can say. I think there's more like 4 to 6 with the defaults.
Mm-hmm.
And also, there were some characters that they obviously didn't get back to record new stuff, but that was already true with the defaults, where it's like when Rain and Melina came out, they constructed some intros out of reuse.
To their credit, sometimes it worked pretty well. Other times, you could tell there was some strain. Do I look like I came here to bargain? But I suppose that's it for tonight.
Yeah, like I said, short episode.
Yeah, that's it.
I will say, if anyone is wondering, we do have a patron cast coming up at the beginning of December. So, if you want to hear that a week early, you know what to do. And then the week after that, we'll probably have another episode of the character redesigns with me, Smokeman, and Merc1. That'll be a fun one. Again,
it'll be a very, very fun one.
That'll be up on the Patreon a week before it'll be on the normal YouTubes.
Smokeman is currently tinkering with a couple of old lost episodes. Been asked here or there, how come the Warrior Shrine and the Netherkast are up on Spotify? I'm the one that does all the uploads, but the reason the last episodes aren't up there yet is because he wanted to do a bit of tinkering with the volume levels and such for the old episodes. So once he's done with those and passed them back to me, I wanted to wait till he was done. And once that's finished, maybe hopefully the next couple of weeks, easily, I think, I can actually get the lost episodes up onto Spotify for everyone. And on top of the Lost, I think we should be recording Katana Part 2 sometime very soon. It's going to be a hoot.
I'm looking forward to it.
Are you? Are you really?
Well, you know, this coming month is Christmas.
Are we giving away presents?
I don't know what you're alluding to that for.
I'm just saying maybe we should do something special by the end of December.
Maybe we should.
Okay.
Have to think of something.
I have a couple of ideas. We still after Matthew and I.
Yeah, that's true. We did say we were going to do a commentary watch through of Aftermath, and we never did.
It just slipped through the cracks.
I swear, I thought we'd already done it.
Nope, we did not. We did not. We did no such thing.
Maybe my brain was telling me to think that so that I wouldn't have to watch Wife's Chapter again.
Oh, if I have my way, we won't have to. Trust me on that. You put me in the editing desk, and it's a fucking mistake. All right, folks. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and thank you very much for tuning in.
See you later, nerds.
Later.
You're still trying to win?